All right, y'all, part two. So I noticed that I missed some things. I kind of messed. I missed, but I messed them up. And it's cool because in the first video I'm from the post that I just post, you'll be able to um, see what I'm talking about, and that's another example of how like just trying to interlace some of these things into this realm and bring it down into 3D becomes difficult. It you will get lost in translation because you're trying to pull something that's not necessarily always known here. So I'm a real fourth dimensional being in this third dimensional paradigm, trying to give y'all some real fifth dimensional energy and let you know what the fuck is going on, so you can get the fuck out of your hell that you keep creating and that we kind of keep existing in because it's not enough of us giving life to life or giving light to life, lightening up this shit, and so we can fucking stop dealing with death all the time. But I just came on here to it's part two because I wanted to go back because I said one thing. I said that the feminine energies, this is like the creation of, I said the cardinal signs and the fixate signs. Actually, that's incorrect. In the darkness, which is why I'm happy I did that video because now I can go into the fourth dimensional mindset and I ain't got to worry about telling y'all because I already did it. In the darkness, the energies are playing out the cardinal and mutable signs because these two signs are the energies. I'm using these signs as an example of how these energies are being derived, used, and derived and used in the fourth dimension. So the best way I can explain that is that the feminine energy is more of a mutable sign and the cardinal energy is more masculine, and because of that, in the fourth dimension, in the was the second heaven, you have to be able to not only create your own yin and yang, but understand how you're doing that, and this is how you go about that. And you got to kind of have a chosen identity already. But before we came into the third dimension, we did this naturally. So we didn't learn this until we fell here because to know where you're going, you gotta know where you come from. But to actually create a great future, you have to have a correct starting point. And so you have to have some understanding of your history to know where you're at in your present to even create a better future. You see what I'm saying? So let's get into it. So these energies, the masculine energy is playing out the cardinal energy, which is, dealing with passion. And so this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying that the masculine energy is cultivating the elements in the form of passion, using this passion to create this ideal of itself unknowingly originally. Now we know because we're in the inside looking out versus from the outside looking in. And what tends to happen, you create this image that other spirits see because where here you're focusing on yourself, in the fourth dimension you're watching others to learn about yourself. And so because when you're going inside, it flips back. So what we are considering the act of focusing on self in the space of real spirits, focusing on self is helping others. Because the only way that we can make our own peace is by just that, making it. But the way we're able to sustain peace is by helping each other and protecting it together because there's always strength in numbers. So that's why there's no I in team, because I can only do so much by myself. But as a team, there's really no limit to what we can do. The only limit would be the limit that God gave us, which is ultimately talking about shit, nigga. It ain't really a limit. It's what they're trying to say is a blessing because it's something that we'll be able to handle from a space that's in a greater space that we're trying to get to and be able to maintain and stay in without having to keep falling, experiencing things to only gain maybe a few more moments with it. Which we're still in it, but that's another story. But we're in the fourth dimension, so I'm giving you how real spirits look at reality. Because y'all think it's a joke when we say we don't really look at stuff the way y'all look at it because we're not wired the same way. Because when we came in here, We knew what we were doing. Some angels don't. Some of them fall recklessly. But let me stay with my video before I gotta get out of here. So masculine energy is using the cardinal energy. So it uses a lot of passion, and it's trying to be the first at doing something. Because like I said, the feminine energy in that realm is very selfish. And because it's selfish, because it's beautiful, but at the same time, it has already created some type of imagery around it. So in that realm, and that imagery is not created in the same way we're talking physical. It has not appeared like a fire yet. These are just the waters playing out in different transition before it becomes a flame. And then before it becomes back into what you would consider like a water, which will be like a, really when I'm saying water, I'm really referring to like a particular water. I'm really referring to like, like a star. Because water is like something that is derived out of the material of the space that we're in. But it's not that, it's just playing it out. So water is playing out the energy of the feminine energy because that's the stage. It's not just playing out the feminine. Okay, wait. That's how you know energy is physical. Because when I say it's playing out the physical energy, it's the representation that that spirit is using as what is being at the time. So in the fourth dimension, all of the bodies there are you're either fully feminine or you're fully masculine. So you're either a water being or you're a fire being. That's the best way I can explain it. And so these elements are really just like greater transitions, but these are the polarities within the fourth dimension: water and fire. We're down here, it's like earth and air, and like it's water and fire, but they don't play it out as water and fire, play out like the sun and the moon. So it's still like an earth element and an air element, something that's supposed to be like a giant helium ball, but a helium ball is like what? Like a whole bunch of particles and gas and stuff like that, air. And then you got like the moon, it's supposed to be what? Like a rock, earth. So it's like, but earth and air are derived out of the spaces from the fourth dimension of fire and water, which are the polarities, the streaming polarities that happens within the fourth dimension. Which for us as spirits that came from further out and are expanding in, we were birthed from a higher spectrum. For us, that's like coming up in a way. It's like, no, it's not coming up. It's like coming down. To y'all, where y'all going, your direction is going upward. My direction is going down. Like I've come down. That's what that whole idea, but it's not down as in like going straight down. I came down, I contracted. I'm not expanding like y'all. I didn't expand. I didn't come from out of someone else's awareness down here and then expand it, because this realm, like I said, once you come into this realm, shit is flipped here. So you have to learn how to expand. You got to learn how to have courage. You got to learn how to love. You got to learn how to be a human. You got to learn from somebody else externally how to be these things that you're supposed to already be naturally. Where for me, it's not how to be those things. It's how to relate to others so that I don't create chaos where I go. That's the difference between you and me. We ain't gonna put no name on it. We ain't gonna give it no color. We ain't gonna give it no high title or low title. That's the difference between you and me. And from where I'm from, you get to a certain level, and because we're wise enough to know this place is upside down, me turns into we. And we don't play that shit. It is what it is. So the feminine energy is using the water, and the masculine energy is using fire. And the way it's deriving those energy is by cultivating energies that inspire the fire to spark or the water to flow. See, within the darkness, we consider that what you would consider a stagnant pond or lake. But it's layers within layers, levels within levels. This shit get deeper than deep. And it's so damn deep, it's simple. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it, motherfuckers. But anyway, so in order to get those type of energies or those elements to create, you have to be selfish, which is the feminine energy, or be receiving, which is the masculine energy. Which receiving up there, we mean willing to take or go through anything. That's why you're firing off. Where selfish, we mean we only receive a female, she cultivates the energy and gives off a pheromone, because that's basically what you're doing. As a spirit, you're getting off a pheromone, and your pheromones creates either a flame or a motion. And so the female, she uses her fume, her space to create an emotion. And the emotion she creates is that she loves herself exactly how she is. She's beautiful. She's the most basic thing ever in the world. Don't that sound like a story about somebody? Anywho. Most beautiful thing in the world. I don't hate women, though. I just know how the energy's played out. I don't get lost in words or interpretations. I know how energy works. So she's the most beautiful thing in the world. So you know what tends to happen? Man, we stupid up there. We like shiny things. We like curves. We like shit like that. It inspires us. We go to that. Likes go to it. It draws to it. So you know what? That one thing being itself in that one space, loving itself, gets all the energy it wants. That's why it plays out down here like that. But, tell you a secret though. Other lights, other females, with the same amount of energy that can do the same thing, might not like that spirit. But they like particular flames that get activated. They like certain spirits, ideas of them, or what they present to them when they come to them, what they like. Some spirits, you know what I'm saying, have the ability to draw water to it, just being itself. And the way it did it was by doing some shit it didn't even know it was doing. Because when you a female energy in the fourth dimension, you ain't going nowhere because you ain't got no need to. You looking at it as like, shit, I'm good where I'm at. Everything comes to me. So you got a lot of time being real mutable. Because she starts, in order to receive, she got to be mutable to what's going to come. Because she's already in the space that she already good where she at. And anything she wants is going to come to her. So if it come to her, females, you know, they be hard-headed up there. See, like up there, females hard-headed. Where we come from, males are not hard-headed because we experience too much. Because we have issues with our feelings. We don't know how to cultivate our space correctly. We fuck up a lot. So we see these beautiful lights and we try, and sometimes, you know, something happened, you know, we made a flame on accident. And so certain other female waters like that flame. And so they went to it. They went to the flame. They got drawn to it. Y'all don't know about this though. Or shall I say, the flame came to it. Because the flame travels. Flame's Mac, player. Do what he got to do. He ain't really focused on that. He trying to take care of house and home himself. He ain't like these other little thoughts and ideas, thoughts and feelings. Just trying to get a thrill or something. Or try to steal how another image is looking, another spirit is looking, just to go try to be like that spirit in its own way somewhere else. That spirit is trying to figure it out, even if it gets it wrong. It tend to happen, you know, that we create a fire. And so that's why I come with, I'm telling you that I'm using these elements to say there is a real thing of like an actual male. Like a male, a man is a male is a body that's being inhabited by a man. But a male body can be derived out of a female body. But in the fourth and fifth dimension, we're already alive. You're alive before you get here. So we're just using these things as bodies themselves. So a man is what you're calling a fire in the fourth dimension. And a woman is what you're calling water. Water is woman, which you're in the fourth dimension. Because these are spirits that have already got on their spiritual path or gotten back on track to get back to mama, which is deeper into the darkness, which is growing up and out and all around to be like mama, a universe too. But a male energy, a real man, don't have no line on his dick. Because, first of all, it's not really a gender, it's just a light. And effeminate, she ain't got like wrinkles. She don't get wrinkles and stuff like that because she's water. So she's always smooth skin, curvy, all the right places. That's real men and women for you. So while up there, down here, where the feminine energy is praised, up there she don't want to be praised like that. Because a lot of times the fire get all the attention from the other waters. If you know what I mean. So when I say up there, the male, but see what the females don't know. I'm telling cosmic secrets now, the cosmic relation secrets now. See what the females don't know, they liking all on this flame and all that. But the male is really he listening and learning from them. They coming up to him trying to ask him how you do that flame, how you make them alignments like that, how you do that, how you make that. That shit kind of remind me how my waters be flowing. Oh, you got my waters flowing. Yeah, I'm a real man. Yeah, before this is why. See, like, this is why when I come down here, men like me, when we come down here, we get a lot of women just be attracted to us. We end up having a lot of women naturally be attracted to us, and dudes be like, why do these women be attracted to us? No, because it's my energy. It's my energy. It's my flame. She feel it. And my flame is like, it's relatable to her. It's like what she's trying to express. Yeah, it's different. It's different. She can feel it. So when you know you're a real man, a lot of dudes hate you. But a lot of women love you. And some dudes, they don't really hate you. They just like, they're trying to figure it out. And you ain't got to do nothing. You could be a lame. And if for some, you can be a lame, but for some reason, you the lame that all the females just like. They like being around. It's your energy because you from that space. You from the space where I'm from. So this how that shit works. So we learning from the female. Learning shit from y'all. Y'all, I muse. You the water. You curve. You change. But you stay the same. How the fuck you do that? And she talking about me. But see, we internal. Because everything's more internal there because you in the yin. So you inside, you in your world. So in your world, everybody can't see what's in your world unless you let them in. Unless you're a fourth dimensional being, which is you just a spirit just wandering out there. Now, see, I'm a fourth dimensional being, but that's only because I'm in this third dimensional paradigm. But when I get into the fourth dimensional realm, I'm a fifth dimensional being. I know how to make my own planet and fire and water and earth, and I will fuck you up if you come over here fuck with my terra firma. This ain't for you. My mind is mine and mine alone. And if I want some nice, real, waterful women to come over here, they will do that. But you ain't going to come over here interrupting what we got going on. And you ain't going to come up in this fourth dimension. You ain't going to come in this subconscious realm. You ain't going to come in this spiritual world thinking you know what's going on and you dirtying up shit. Because I like where I'm at. But I just wanted to make that fix because I know I just did another spiritual rant again. But there's some good gems in there. I'm trying to give y'all an example of how like the fourth dimension really is for fifth dimensional beings. But I'm not fifth dimensional because I'm in fourth dimension. That's the only reason I'm not saying that, because I had to let that body go. I had to lie to myself. You know what I'm saying? I had to lie down and dream myself into this place. So I had to lie to myself. I had to let myself go to get here. But I ain't let everything go. Just things that wouldn't give me enough weight to even hold me here to deal with the bullshit we're in. Which it don't have to be this way. And at one point in time, it wasn't. Because if you didn't know, Earth didn't start off as a third dimensional place. It fell here. It was fourth dimensional. One of the first few planets recreated that look like what you see in the sky right now, stars, before it fully formed and created its own atmosphere. Or cleaned off its windows because it was open for business for people to see. 13 love them out.